This is my presentation over ancient Egypt. My claim is that ancient Egypt had an impact on civilizations around it as well as the world today. We're going to explore that. Through its religion, it had very similar religions to the civilizations around it, where it was a multi-theism, polytheism religion with gods and goddesses. At first, they were thought to be very benevolent, where they would have to pray for things to get fixed, or whereas it turned into more protection later on in its course of the history. At first, you would have to go through the pharaoh, and he was kind of the voice to God, and then to the gods, and then later on, there was kind of a position for that where they could speak to the gods and goddesses for everyone else. Um, the economy in ancient Egypt was based solely around farming mostly. They had a lot of grain farming, and so they did that. This was all, there were serfs and, yeah, a little bit of indentured servitude, slavery, like most areas. There was a lot of trading that they did between the civilizations like around them, like Rome and Greece, and then also that they would get from other places. A lot of things that they got imported in would be like gold and other things of that nature, as well as wood, because obviously in a desert climate they didn't have a lot to work with. Things that they would trade with other places would be things like the papyrus, which is the paper that they created, and wheat, like grains, was which they farmed. In their culture, they liked a lot of music and dancing and entertainment, as they depicted throughout a lot of their their pictures that they would make that we still see today. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. They had a lot of different jobs, musician being one of them. This was for the higher end people. And one of the most important inventions that the ancient Egyptians came up with was the papyrus, which is the basis of paper, really. And so it's progressed from there, and that's what is really important for the world today, that we got paper, and this was from the ancient Egyptians. The pharaohs were mainly in charge of the politics. It was a monarchy. Um, the environment had it was very dry, but they were able to irrigate, so that's what kept up with their farming. It was a very abundant society, so I believe a lot of the people were pretty happy there, and they left gorgeous landmarks that still affect a lot of our world today. The pyramids that everyone is aware of and likes to go and visit. And that is my presentation.